It wasn't a crime. It wasn't violence. It wasn't drugs. It was a $50 parking ticket. And within 2 years, that small yellow paper turned into $12,000 of debt and quietly destroyed an American man's life. Let's call him Mark. Mark wasn't reckless. He wasn't careless in the way people imagine. He was a delivery worker living in a mid-sized American city, one of millions. No criminal record, no court history, no warnings in his past. Just a man working long hours, paying rent late sometimes, buying gas when he could, and trying to survive. Mark's life wasn't falling apart, but it wasn't stable either. Every dollar already had a job. One evening after a long shift, Mark parked his car on a street he had parked on hundreds of times before. Same block, same side, same routine. But this time, there was a new sign: no parking, street cleaning, 6 p.m. 8 p.m. The sign was small, recently installed, partially hidden behind a tree branch. Mark didn't see it. The next morning, he walked outside, coffee in hand, keys ready, and there it was. A yellow slip tucked under his windshield wiper. Parking violation. $50. Annoying? Yes. Stressful? Sure. Life-changing? Not yet. Mark sighed, folded the paper, put it into his glove compartment. I'll deal with it later. Later felt reasonable. Later felt harmless. Weeks passed. Bills arrived. Rent came due. Gas prices went up. Groceries got smaller. The parking ticket stayed forgotten, buried under receipts, napkins, old insurance cards. What Mark didn't know was simple and dangerous. In many US cities, parking tickets don't stay $50. They double after 30 days. No phone call, no warning message, no human voice, just a computer. $50 became $100. Then the city mailed a notice, but they mailed it to an old address. Mark had moved 6 months earlier. He updated his job, records, his bank, his insurance, but not the city parking department. So the letter never reached him. No response meant non-compliance. After 60 days, another penalty was added: late fees, administrative charges. After 90 days, the system escalated the case. Now it wasn't a parking ticket anymore. It was a municipal court matter. Court processing fees, clerical costs, failure to respond penalties. The balance jumped to $450. Still no phone call. Still no knock on the door. Just paper moving quietly through the system. Mark continued living his life, unaware that his name was now attached to a growing digital file. Here's where everything collapsed. Because the fine remained unpaid, the court notified the Department of Motor Vehicles not to ask questions, not to warn, not to act. Mark's driver's license was suspended. No police officer told him. No letter reached him. No email arrived. The suspension existed, but only inside the system. Then came the morning that changed everything. Mark was driving to work, thinking about deliveries, traffic, and whether his gas would last the week. Red and blue lights flashed behind him. He pulled over, confused. "Sir, do you know your license is suspended?" Mark laughed at first. "No, it's not." The officer didn't argue. He didn't need to. The screen already had the answer. Driving on a suspended license, mandatory court appearance, additional fines. The car wasn't impounded, but the damage was done. Total now, over $3,000 to $100. Mark worked. Deliveries. No license meant no job. His employer didn't fire him out of anger. They fired him because they had no choice. Within a week, Mark was unemployed. No income. Court dates scheduled. Deadlines approaching. Late fees kept stacking. Interest kicked in. Collection agencies entered the picture. Calls started coming from numbers he didn't recognize. Voicemails he was afraid to open. Over the next year, the system kept adding weight. Court reinstatement fees, DMV restoration fees, collection penalties, legal processing charges. Every department took its cut. Every delay made it worse. That original $50 ticket, it cost $7,000, then $9,000, then, officially, $12,000. Mark tried to fight it. He went to court. He explained. He showed pay stubs. But here's the truth about the system. Once it reaches collections, the system doesn't care how it started, only what you owe. Payment plans required down payments he couldn't afford. Missed installments reset penalties. Missed hearings added new fees.